It's the 2023 My Seminary Life Holiday Party Special. Welcome back to the show. I am your host for this episode and this party, Brandon Knight, and we've got a whole bunch of people here. It's like an actual party here today. We have not one, not two, not four, but three guests here on the show with us today to talk about the most popular holidays in the United States. I'm very excited for this. This list comes brought to you by one of our guests here today, the most guestiest guest who ever guested on a podcast, Joshua Noel. Josh, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I feel very welcomed. There are very few ways that people can get me on a Christmas podcast because I don't care that much about Christmas. But this list got me there.
It is quite the list, and we all know I have a special place in your heart, or the show does, or both.
Yeah, that too.
I don't know.
There's that. Both.
Also joining me here today, the man who should have won People's Magazine's Sexiest Podcast Host of the Year, Mr. TJ Blackwell. TJ, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's nice to be back on a show that's not mine.
Yeah, you're there a lot on your show.
Yeah, almost every time.
Almost every time.
Yeah.
Finally, making her My Seminary Life debut. She's one of the priests of the geeks and puts up with these two guys all the time. She's also one of the hosts over at the Clydes, Elizabeth Clyde. Welcome to the show.
Hello, it's great to be here.
Good. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you all for taking time out of your schedule to talk about the top 10 most popular holidays in the United States. Now, I've seen this list. Yeah. Josh, you've seen this list.
I love this list.
I'm going in blind.
Stupid.
I have not seen this list. I am blind as a bat.
It's awful.
TJ, have you seen this list?
Josh read the list out to me once.
So kind of.
So yeah, I know it front to back.
Front to back. Very photographic memory. Okay, so Josh, you can't answer this, but since Elizabeth is going in completely blind, when you hear top 10 most popular holidays in the U.S., what holidays are you expecting to be on there?
Was I expecting or?
No, your name's... He's talking to me, Josh. Calm down.
Well, he said Josh.
I said you saw the list.
Josh, you cannot answer this. He says, Josh,
you said
cannot
you can
answer this.
And they can't, was what I heard.
No.
I was confused.
You saw the list. I'm going to say number one answer, Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because
which
we're
would make
all
Josh
fat
very
and
happy.
America's fat. So that's my reasoning.
Fat. That's a good reasoning. America is fat. Yeah. TJ, you said you remembered the list front to back. So do you remember any of the holidays that made the list?
Yeah. St. Patrick's Day. I'm pretty sure he said Black History Month as a whole.
That doesn't make sense.
It was on the list.
So we're going to be looking at specifically the top 10. And Black History Month did not make the top 10, but also, yes, an entire month made the list for most popular single-day holidays. So that is true.
Like
and this is U.S., right? U.S.?
This is in the United States, yes.
That makes sense. That makes sense for the United States.
Yeah,
for Black History Month to be on there.
Yeah, because they can't follow directions and they're going to choose a month for holidays. Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't we follow our own rules? Because, by the way, folks, for those of you listening at home, this is coming from an actual list that apparently is supported by stats and science. So, yeah. We also can't follow our own rules. Coming in at number 11, the honorable mention is New Year's Eve at a 67% popularity rate. Spoiler, New Year's Day doesn't make the top 10 at all, and I don't think it was even close.
That's surprising. New Year's Eve,
why is that surprising?
Because we like to get drunk as America.
Yeah, but you get drunk on New Year's Eve, not New Year's Day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. New Year's Eve is 11. So, but 4th of July has to be pretty high up, right? Because if not, we hate ourselves.
We do hate ourselves.
We do. Okay, so spoiler: our Independence Day doesn't make the top 10.
We hate ourselves
It
then.
doesn't even make the top 20. It's not on the list
Yeah,
at all.
Dang.
It was
Okay.
buried. I don't know
All right.
why.
I just
All
think
right.
that's so funny, though.
That is
Given what other
mind-boggling.
ones make the list, I think it's hilarious.
Okay, but St. Patty's Day's top 10?
No. Also,
Okay,
no.
But
good.
it's
Nothing that
I would have been
involves.
mad if an Irish holiday like trumped
Holiday?
our
I was gonna
Independence
say
Day.
it's still above Independence Day, though.
That is still
It's still in
stupid.
like the top
Yes.
20.
Okay.
And
Because
another
the reason
good
we
day
know
for
this is
drinking.
because I kept going to try to find Independence Day.
Okay,
and it's
please
just not on
continue.
there.
I'm very invested now. As a high school teacher as well, I'm afraid.
Well, based off of my reflections on this list, I think the only people who were polled were high school teachers, because a lot of the days are those days that teachers, the post office, offices are closed. That's what a lot
Real
of these holidays are.
Those would be my favorite days
Federal
as well.
holidays.
Yeah,
Yes.
federal.
Yeah.
That's the word. Thank you, TJ. Federal
Oh.
holidays.
Got it?
Independence Day is a federal holiday.
Not a good
Yeah,
one.
but we're
It's in the
already-
middle of the
It's not.
summer, though.
It's
We're
some-
already out of school. We don't really care. It doesn't
yeah, that's
count.
true.
Doesn't
I guess
count.
that's fair.
So coming in at number 10 with a 68% approval rating, Halloween.
Yeah.
I can see that because the kiddos and the family, like all the moms like to be all the family coordinating and stuff like that. That's really popular now.
I think the thing that is misleading about Halloween, why I think a lot of people would think it was higher, if people who like Halloween don't like Halloween, they love Halloween. Like there aren't a lot of people who are casual about it. Either people who really don't like it or really love it. There's
No,
not like a ton of indifference.
I would say I'm a casual Halloweener, Josh.
Yeah.
So
I
speak
said
for
there's
yourself.
not a ton of. I didn't say
I'm
there
just-
wasn't any
I'm
indifference.
saying I'm a casual Halloweener. I don't hate it. I'm
Yeah,
not going to
that's
go
just
watch
not
Halloween movies. Like if I have a kid, they will be a Pokemon.
For
Like
the record, I also
no
am a
doubt.
casual Halloween
Yeah,
fan.
me
I just
too.
think
I
that
don't-
I'm in the minority.
I think
Well,
anecdotally.
I guess I'm the only one who's watching horror movies the entire month of October. So I'm
No,
marked
I'll do
with
that.
That's 'cause of my wife.
68%.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tied at 69%. Okay, good. Everybody
Valentine's
was mature.
Day.
That would have been. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Labor Day.
Hilarious.
Both
No one
Okay,
celebrates
Elizabeth,
holiday.
your face response. What is this?
It's just tied. Like poor MLK. Like we already killed you, and now you're just gonna get tied for 9th with Labor Day. Like we're just doing MLK wrong.
I'm surprised either of them are at the top 10. Tell you the truth, like I'm just
No
like,
one celebrates
why?
Labor Day.
Yeah, no, I'm shocked with
What do you do?
MLK. No, I love Labor Day.
I'm
As
the
a
only
teacher,
person who celebrates Labor Day.
What do you do on Labor Day?
I thought
as a teacher, we love Labor Day.
I go
So
to
you get it
Universal
off-
because that's when they start their Halloween stuff.
No, so you're not celebrating Labor Day.
I'm celebrating the day that I
They're
have
celebrating
extra
Halloween
to go
early.
to Halloween.
You casual Halloween fan is celebrating Halloween as early as Labor Day.
September 9th is when you start
Yeah.
celebrating Halloween.
Yeah, I
That's
feel
pretty
like
much the only time I
teachers
celebrate it.
teachers are like parents of children, school-age children with behold, because like MLK Day and Labor Day, like we need those extra days during the school year.
Yeah,
Maybe
especially
family.
like Martin Luther King Jr. Day. That kind of breaks up the really long, like from Christmas break to spring break, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right. Well,
yeah.
because Labor Day, you're just now getting into the school year and like, man, am I going to make it? Boom, Labor Day. Thank you. And then spring semester start. Man, I really hate these kids still. Boom, MLK Day, break.
I knew it was a
Please
great
go to the
idea to
next.
invite her. I love Elizabeth's just like straightforward, no nonsense. Americans are fat, drunk, and we don't like children.
Yes.
Anyway. Up next at a 70% approval rating, Easter.
At least we love Jesus. Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Praise
Love the Bible
Easter
Belt,
eggs.
the
I
Lord.
think.
What'd you say, TJ? I
Easter
didn't catch
eggs.
you.
I think they mostly pulled the entire Bible Belt and then up the East Coast.
I'm curious
I
if
think-
people associated Easter with spring break.
See,
Because
no,
usually
that's
spring break is before or after
possible.
Easter.
I was thinking somehow Pastor Will got his influence in. Like he just convinced enough people that holiday is great. You know?
Well, I am going to side with TJ on this because Halloween is ranked number 10, and we all know how certain Christians feel about Halloween, and then Easter's like just below mid-pack.
This
So
probably
maybe
I
it was
will
a
happens
say-
in
pretty
Atlanta.
popular
My
Bible
hand-
Belt.
My hand's raised, my hand.
Okay,
But
okay.
in today's society, though, people celebrate the Easter Bunny more than the resurrection. So you have
Sure.
to think about that as well, because people just love giving Easter baskets.
The Easter Bunny does give me more candy usually.
Yeah, and then
in
Jesus.
fairness. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
Then
has given you
Jesus
all
does.
the
I like
candy
that.
you've ever eaten.
Jesus has never given me candy.
Jesus gave you the
Literally all
candy
of
that
it.
will never make you want candy again.
I don't want that candy. I want candy that just keeps coming.
His
Please
candy
move
does
on.
not run dry.
His candy does not run dry. Yep.
His Easter basket overflowing.
His Easter bag. We might as well just call it a day on this point. This is any more Easter puns, because this has been my favorite part so far.
I just want to get to the best holiday. That's all.
Okay,
I think it's
continue,
an excellent
please.
holiday.
At 71%, Father's Day.
I'm saving
Mother's
my
Day
comments
is
till you get
above
to the
this,
next
right?
one.
Father's Day?
What'd you say,
I don't-
TJ?
Mother's Day,
that
the
doesn't
next
make
one.
sense.
Why
Oh,
does
yeah,
that not
Mother's
make
Day
sense?
Because I'm already off of school. I could care less. It's on a Sunday.
That
Let's go
might
ahead and move to the
explain
next
this
one.
better then.
Is it
Mother's Day.
Because
Mother's
it-
Day?
Well,
Yeah.
actually tied at 77%, so a 6%
huge.
jump. Veterans Day and Mother's Day. So we like
Yeah.
veterans and moms more than dads.
I
That
agree.
tracks.
I think, though, if we're doing the school thing, that actually does make sense. 'Cause Mother's Day usually still during school, and Father's Day isn't. So that could explain it. But also, as someone who works in fast food, no, that's definitely true. Yeah,
Do
we
people
definitely
get
more
off for Mother's Day? It's on a Sunday.
Yeah, no, they don't get off
Oh,
on Mother's
okay,
Day.
that doesn't make sense either. Then.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
They definitely do. Like when I worked at Domino's, Mother's Day, that was a busy day. Father's Day,
Yeah.
we're basically not
there's-
working.
There's a lot more
Sure.
single mothers than single fathers.
True, that's very true.
As
actually.
someone who used to work in bakeries a lot over the holidays, moms trumped dads in terms of like selling out cakes and cookies and
Oh, yeah.
pastries. Because dads like they want to like buy the steaks and the beef jerky and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But
It's funny because I could see where overall moms trump dads, but my dad was awesome, so I would never say that personally.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how many children has dad born? You know, bore like how many? No, none.
Listen,
Okay,
in today's world, I don't dare answer that.
I'm just asking a question. And then if you're like
Working
me,
peoples is the correct term.
I tell my mom you're welcome on Mother's Day because if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't be a mom. So it's equally my day
Is
as
that
well.
true? You're not an only child.
Just stop.
I'm just
Are you?
saying
You're not an only child.
we ignore
please
my
move
older
on?
sister. But I'm saying like
Veterans
I'm part
Day
of
is
the
a good one,
reason for
though.
the celebration.
Veterans Day
guess.
also could be for dads, depending on the
Or
families,
moms.
you know.
Our moms, are you saying
Yeah,
gender
but I mean-
equality doesn't exist and I cannot
The
join the
women
armed
can't
forces?
join the
I
military.
can't be a veteran.
Historically,
Doesn't
there
make
are definitely
sense.
more veterans that would be dads.
Well,
Well, yeah.
historically,
Yeah, so if we're celebrating, we would be celebrating more dads
No, that's Memorial Day.
than moms.
That
No.
would be Memorial Day.
True. You're correct.
okay, continue.
Well, as the only dad, I thought maybe I would say something.
Oh, I guess fine, whatever.
Please,
Um,
kids.
How are you celebrated? Here's your
how
moment.
am I celebrated? You know how I'm celebrated? I host a cookout at my house and do all the cooking and cleaning.
Exactly.
And then when everyone leaves, I'm very tired. That's
what dads
that's
want
how
to
I
do.
get this. That is not
Yeah,
what I
you-
want to do.
You just want to grill the meat, right? That's how it goes.
I mean, if it was just for
This
me,
show's
that's
making me
one
hungry.
thing. Good. Well, we are all fat Americans. We've already established that.
Yeah, I just ate before this too. That's the sad thing.
I guess I'm not surprised that Father's Day lost out to Mother's Day. There is something about I'm going to sound like a horrible person. There's something about the fact that Veterans Day got higher up than Mother's Day and Father's Day, and also higher up than Independence Day.
Bible Belt.
And Easter. The ultimate veteran.
The ultimate.
the only thing The only thing Bible Belt Christians love more than God is the military-industrial complex.
Yes. Yeah, that's where I'm getting at here, is that we really like the military more than most things, because there's still another military holiday coming up, and we're entering the top 3 holidays in the United States. Tied for 2. That's where we're at. We're at second place now at a 78% popularity. Christmas and Memorial Day.
Yep.
My birthday
Everyone's
is
saying,
Memorial
yep.
Day weekend.
Yeah, I celebrate TJ's birthday every year.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can see
contributing to the problem.
Memorial Day is the start of summer, so I see that. Either Memorial Day,
Okay.
I am just out of school for the summer, or it's that last week of school, and it's like, yes, Monday's off, and then Tuesday's usually a half day.
It's when I
Growing
finally
up,
switched from dark rums to coconut rum. It's a great day.
Yeah, I can see Memorial Day.
growing up, trying to plan a birthday party, if we ever tried to do it more than or within 2 weeks of my birthday, nobody would come because they were all leaving for Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So we
as
had to
someone
do
who
it
is-
either 2-3 weeks early or 2 or 3 weeks late, or nobody would come.
I have twice now made the mistake of trying to go to Disney for TJ's birthday and bringing him with us, and it's impossible. That's what I've come up with. It is impossible to go to Disney Memorial Day weekend
Mhm.
unless you want to be miserable.
Mhm.
That's it.
I can join you in your trauma here, TJ, because my birthday often falls on Good Friday, which is kind of
Oh,
a hard day
same.
to celebrate anything.
Wait, when's your birthday again? April what?
March 29th.
Oh, see, mine's April 2nd.
Okay, so we're like,
I always fight with Good Friday, Easter, and all
Yep.
that good stuff.
42.
According to Josh, I have the best birthday.
It's the
Oh,
42nd
I am
day of the
I
year.
just had to
infinitely
add that
envious.
together.
That's my fake birthday on Facebook.
Oh, yes, it is, because I always text you because I always forget it's your fake
Yeah.
birthday.
The last couple times, though, it was, today's not your birthday, is it? Like, nope, happy 42.
Happy 42. Thanks,
I'm just mad because Josh tries to steal my thunder.
I didn't know that was a thing till, like, I've already been doing it for 4 years before you said something.
You didn't know
now
it was
it's
her
too late.
birthday.
You used to know it was my birthday, Josh. We've known each other for 14 years.
Yeah, well, it gave me enough time to forget, you know?
Mm-hmm.
True.
Oh,
Can I
so
just
does that
say-
mean I'm
so
right
number
then?
one is
I just did the
Thanksgiving, yeah.
math. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
right with my
What's
number one.
Well, hold on. I got to say one more thing about Memorial Day, because I think this
Oh,
is an
okay.
absolute
Also, we all
joke.
ignored Christmas. This is definitely
That's
a Christmas episode.
That's my
Yeah, you're right.
point. Is
Haha.
that Memorial Day? I mean, it's great that it's right there with TJ. That's true. With the birth
Yeah.
of TJ, and we also have the birth of Jesus at Christmas. So I guess this adds up a little bit. But like with Christmas, there is so much crap that we do to celebrate this holiday. Like there's a literal tree in front of me as I'm recording this, and all the decorations, all the baking, all the food, all the presents. Memorial Day, light the grill, crack a beer, the end.
I gotta tell you,
Like-
that second one does sound better.
It's a lot less
That
work.
sounds a
that's
lot
for
less
sure.
stressful. Yeah. I can see it.
Listen, as a person of, I won't say a Christmas hater, someone who just doesn't really like Christmas that much. I also feel like Christmas gets a lot of flack from all sides because you have people who don't like religion having very obvious reasons to not like Christmas, and then you have Christians who attack it as, no, this is really a pagan holiday, and I'm like, listen, guys,
They all
some
are.
people just need to learn to shut up. That's
Almost
all.
all of them are.
Let people like what they like, you know? It's fine.
I love the pagan holiday argument because it's always like one very specific thing, like, oh, Christmas trees, pagan. When you get into like Yule traditions, like traditional old school Yule in paganism, it's literally everything. Like the only thing you can do is put up a nativity. You can't have any gingerbread, mulled wine, oranges, any of the flavors, any of the decorations. It's all pagan. So you can either deal with it, or you can put one nativity out that's probably has a whitewashed Jesus and wise men at the manger.
But
Or you
technically,
can
wise
just
men
deal with
didn't
it.
come to the manger. If you think about it, by the
Exactly.
time they
That's
came,
right.
it was. So that's still
Exactly.
The reason
wrong.
they're there, shout out to Will, the reason they're there A lot of your higher liturgical churches, like your Lutheran churches, your Catholic churches, all that, have the 12th day of Christmas that starts on Christmas days, ends with Epiphany Day, which is the day the wise men show up. So they include it in the nativity scene because it's part of the 12 days of Christmas. Yeah. Fun fact. Also, it's kind of cool. I wish we did that instead of an entire freaking month of Christmas.
Also, Jesus was born during the harvest, so technically he's more fall than December.
Also, while we're on this, I have
Keep
a lot
going.
of it's something interesting for me. I know a lot of people who get upset about people celebrating Christmas and any holidays because there are explicit commands in the Bible to not celebrate festivals or holidays that aren't the ones that God specifically laid out, like Yom Kippur and all that.
Mhm.
As someone who doesn't read the Bible literally, that is pretty easy for me to ignore that. But for all the people who are like really conservative and like this has to be literal, I'm like, yeah, that seems like it would be a hurdle, and very few people seem to care.
Well, that was the case until the Catholic Church was like, well, all the pagans like gather up on this day. What if we just move one of our holidays to that day?
Yeah, but we don't
They did
even
that like
celebrate
6
like Yom
times.
Kippur or any of that.
Well, that's true.
The ones that God said are safe to celebrate, we don't even celebrate those.
Because we're not Jewish.
Yeah, but those are the only God-approved
Which
holidays.
leads
He
to
said
my
not
next
to do
point.
any other ones.
That's the reason Christmas is second, because of the Jewish population. And
Yeah, that's
you know,
also true.
Kwanzaa, Hanukkah.
Yeah,
There's a third one. I don't remember. But there are
Festivus.
It has
other
to share the
Christmases
fame.
in other religions.
yeah.
It is
Can we
true.
get to number one? Because I have to go,
No.
and it's my favorite.
Sure. Yes, we can get to number one. Elizabeth, you were right. Number one is Thanksgiving because
Gobble,
we're fasting.
gobble.
Gobble gobble. That is a great
Josh,
Matthew West song.
Go ahead. Josh, go ahead. Just take it.
Thanksgiving is the best holiday because it encompasses all of the holidays. Because you have something to be thankful for in all of them. So I can be thankful for the birth and death of Jesus. I don't need Christmas or Easter. I'm just be thankful for everything at once. Also, I just really love turkey meals and the whole dinner. And what's weird for me, this being at number one, because part of the reason I love Thanksgiving is it's one of the more low-key holidays. I'm not expected to spend a ton of money on Thanksgiving.
You
I
love
have to go
America
buy
taking people's
presidents.
land and killing everyone?
It's not about that.
Yay, she did
Because
it.
if it was about that, we wouldn't have to share Thanksgiving with several other countries that didn't have that story behind it. Also, not only is Thanksgiving a multiple country holiday, it has nothing to do with America. It was for a long time in America. We did celebrate it around that event, but I think it's evolved past that. Very few people, even in conservative circles, still use that as part of the day. But primarily, yeah, I like it because you don't get all those people going, oh, Thanksgiving's really pagan, because no one's claiming that it's Christian. You don't have all of the annoying controversy. You don't have all of the everybody saying you have to do this, you have to do that. You can do Thanksgiving pretty much whatever you want, and no one treats it like it's blasphemy. It's great. Which is why I think it's really weird that it's number one, because a lot of the people I know who love Thanksgiving love it because you don't have to go to the mall and hear turkeys for a whole month, and you don't have to like spend all the extra money. Like, we love it because it's not the biggest holiday. And yet, for somehow it made it to number one. Like, I just find that very weird.
Because we
That
are
is
fat
true.
American who loves the time off of work.
That's true. That is
And
accurate.
football.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I bet
That
you
is true.
football does do it.
I don't think a single other country's Thanksgiving is the same as ours, though.
No. All
Yeah, it's not the
Thanksgivings,
same holiday.
I think, are on different days. They're not technically the same, but they're the same.
They have the same name.
Yeah, it's the same name and the same idea, just kind of celebrating thankfulness. Usually it does have something to do with the country's history, but not always. If I remember right. There's like 14 different Thanksgivings.
Canada's is in October.
Yes. Which
I
what do
only
they
know
do for
that because of How I
do they
Met
have to
Your
share
Mother.
it with Halloween? Yeah, me too.
No, it's like the middle of October.
It's weird. Yeah, but Halloween's celebrated from like September on. Here.
Thanksgiving
According to
break.
Josh, the casual Halloween fan who celebrates Halloween starting September 9th.
Well, in my defense, if you have this is my holiday hack for everybody. If you have an annual pass to Universal, you can get free tickets to Halloween and Christmas, but only on certain dates, which don't include the dates of October for Halloween. So you have to go in September if you want the free day.
Gotcha.
Yeah, fun fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Must be nice living by Universal.
I don't live by you.
It doesn't
I
live anywhere
drive
near
8
it.
hours.
good
Also,
for
if
you.
you go for 3 consecutive days and you didn't get the annual pass, you spent more money than you would have getting the annual pass. So if you go for 4
Okay.
days, man, you're just wasting money. And with
So
that,
that is
I'm gonna
the.
go to work.
I'm just going to do a hard turn off of that. Does anyone else have anything they want to say about Thanksgiving
It's okay.
parades?
Oh, I did go to the Macy Day Thanksgiving Day parade. It's better on TV.
That's pretty cool.
Just
I was
let you
supposed
guys
to be
know.
in that one year, actually.
Why is that?
Oh,
I was in marching band in high school, and I dropped out of band. And the next year, they went to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Just
Wild.
missed it.
Yeah,
still better on
Interesting.
TV.
Still better on
yeah.
TV.
I hated marching.
Well, it's
in parades.
produced.
It
and-
sucks.
Yeah.
Luffy
You hate
was in it though.
parades? Is
That
that
was
what you
pretty
said?
sick. I hate being
No.
in them. Marching
Oh.
band in a parade is awful.
Yeah, I
Oh, I
only went
bet.
this year for Luffy. That's the only reason why I went this year.
That was kind of cool. I was surprised to see him in there.
Yeah,
I was
his hat
very
popped.
excited. Yeah, it was popped already before he came, so he had the bucket hat when he came to my area.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
But-
fun. Any so that is the top 10. That is the top 10 list of holidays. Is there any holiday outside of Independence Day that everyone is kind of surprised didn't make the list?
I'm trying to think.
No one celebrates Arbor Day.
No, I mean I
knew
do
you were
buy.
going to say that.
I do buy trees during Arbor Days because they have a sale. So I bought cherry blossom trees during the last Arbor Day to celebrate.
I don't
Nice.
know. The only thing I have to say about this is that if you try to look it up, you get some very different results for what the
Mhm.
top 10 holidays are.
I'm kind of surprised for Valentine's Day, but like not super. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have been because you know it's like the everyone loves love. They're trying to find their soulmate type deal. Cupid.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that one didn't make top 10 somewhere. Maybe not that high up, but still considering like Martin Luther King Jr. Day or Labor Day made the
Yeah,
list.
Veterans
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah, Memorial's Day. Sorry,
Yeah,
TJ.
I like
You know,
I like stuff that gets me gifts and time off of work. So
Sure. Gifts, time off of work. So that's why, like Mother's Day, Father's Day, they can get out of here. Put Valentine's Day in there instead.
I agree.
There we go.
I don't know. I'm kind of surprised St. Patrick's Day not on there.
I was a little shocked too because we just love a reason to drink in America.
And a lot of America's Irish descent.
Mm-hmm.
I think
So
Boston
I'm-
alone doesn't get St. Patrick's Day on the list.
Well, I was going to say, you should see, you know, I live here near Chicago. We dyed the Chicago River green. Like, we
Yeah.
go all out around here for St. Patrick's Day. So, yeah, considering that in Boston, unless that's just like the two hot spots for St. Patrick's Day.
That and
Well, I
Cinco
think
de
it is, to
Mayo.
be fair.
Does Cinco de Mayo make like top 15?
I don't remember seeing Cinco de Mayo on there, but that's not us, right? That's Mexico.
Yeah, but we still celebrate in America
guess
because
it's true.
we have a lot of Hispanic transplants.
Sure, that's fair. Also,
I mean-
Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, anything that was like very specifically cultural did not make the list. I don't think.
Because I mean, I love me some tacos on Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, for sure.
Just it hits different.
Well, a Corona and some tacos on Cinco de Mayo is so much better that way.
Yeah, I can do that every day.
Yeah, anything cultural. No Chinese New Year, no any Yom Kippur and anything like that. That shows that it must have been a bunch of white people who got pulled.
Bunch of white Southerners.
A bunch of white Southerners
I really think this just happened in like Atlanta.
in Atlanta.
I think the poll was just in Atlanta.
So we all know Josh's favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. He said
Mhm.
that, but just to kind of bring this episode in for a landing, TJ and Elizabeth, what are your favorite holidays?
This is hard because I don't really like I celebrate, but I don't really look forward to anything except my time off of work.
Mine might
Sure.
be Christmas.
Yours might
Mine's
be Christmas.
Thanksgiving.
Why is that? We know.
I like Christmas.
Is it all
Can
of
I,
the
uh,
hubbub stuff?
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
I got a couple final notes on Thanksgiving.
Josh came back for the notes.
I did. There's more Bible verses about being thankful and having a spirit of Thanksgiving than there is of Jesus' birth. Just for the record, everybody.
Okay, goodbye, Josh.
well,
I'm
he
about
was
to
only
say my
born
favorite
once.
holiday.
So
Yeah. Fine. Also, Merry Christmas, everybody. I forgot to say that. That's really why I came back.
Well, good.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah. Merry
Goodbye.
Christmas.
Get out of here, you filthy animal. So I would say I think my favorite holiday would be New Year's because I love
Oh,
that everyone tries to turn over a new leaf. They set goals. It's just the fresh start of a year. If I had to pick a favorite holiday,
I like that. You don't hear people say New Year's Day as a holiday favorite. Of course, you also get the day off,
yes, you do.
probably to recover from a hangover, but
And-
to
And then you kind of have that wrap of a season, like the busyness of
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, the busyness of Christmas. It's almost like that calm after the storm, and now you get to have a fresh start. So yeah, that's my favorite holiday if I have to choose one.
if you had to choose one. And that's good. And you're right. You also have a lot of people have this tone of like, okay, new year, new me. What am I going to try and do this year? And sure, most of us forget by March, but you have a lot of good intentions at the beginning of a new year, and that is nice. For me, I would probably also say Christmas. I like a lot of the smaller, quirkier holidays too. Like I said, Halloween is one of my favorites. I do really like St. Patrick's Day. My family also celebrates Hanukkah, and so I'm a little bit bummed it didn't make the list at all. But but yeah, I would say my all-time favorite is probably Christmas because even though I kind of went on a rant earlier about all of the stuff that goes into this holiday season, it is, trying to even think it out here. It is still like it's very different. It's very distinct from everything else because of how much we put into this holiday. And of course we have the birth of Jesus to celebrate as well, which is good. But outside of October when I'm watching horror movies, there's no other holiday season where I'm watching movies and listening to very specific kind of music like for a month or more,
there's a lot of good Halloween music, and there's a lot of good Thanksgiving movies.
Thanksgiving
But-
movies?
Yeah, tons of movies take place during Thanksgiving or about
I mean,
Thanksgiving.
outside of Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, I guess I'm unaware of any other ones.
Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is the Great
Well, okay,
Turkey.
yeah.
Uh,
Not
One
the
of the
Great
Fockers
Turkey.
movies is
Oh, really?
Thanksgiving.
Okay.
A ton of 90s, early 2000s
Oh,
family
okay.
comedies were Thanksgivings.
Interesting. Okay.
But Christmas is special.
Christmas is special. That's
Mhm.
why we have an entire episode devoted to it here on the show, even though
Yeah.
we only talked about it for like 3 minutes. But it's fine.
Yeah. The whole cities decorate for Christmas.
Sure. Whole cities
Even
do
small
not
ones.
decorate. Whole cities do not decorate for, Father's Day. We don't.
Yeah.
There's not just like pictures of dads with mustaches and mugs just around town.
Right. Just a lot of dads.
Just a lot of dads. All right. Well, I think that is it for today's episode then. We almost got through the whole thing with Josh. But thank you all for being here. I appreciate all three of you taking time out of your schedules to record this. Like I said, I know it's busy, so thank you for taking some time to have this crazy, funny episode. This was a lot of fun. I had fun, at least. And thank you all for listening to this episode. As always, please remember to rate and review the show if you haven't yet already. Share it with somebody who you think will enjoy it. You can always support the show financially at buymeacoffee.com/MSLpod. Everyone who supports the show at $9 a month gets a shout out here on the show. So thank you, Lori, for supporting the show. Merry Christmas to you, Lori. Merry Christmas to all you listeners. Merry Christmas to Elizabeth, TJ, and Josh. I guess to Josh.
Should have told him
Um,
Happy Thanksgiving.
Should have told. Yes. Happy Thanksgiving, Josh. When you go back and listen to this later, happy Thanksgiving to you directly a month later. And this is Brandon signing off,
Thank you.
reminding you, he's here still.
That's so funny.
Go to work.
What a creeper.
Go to work. You have to do Chipotle.
That's really funny.
I'm trying to see if he was going to respond still. That's why I waited.
He
This is Brandon
messaged us.
signing off, reminding you as always that theology is for everyone. So keep on studying.